The email is still in my inbox from 2019, a confirmation for a flight we never took. I open it sometimes just to see the scene, the dates, the times, the paragraphs I overlook. Reykjavik in February, the northern lights above. We planned it for a year, we planned it out of love. I scroll down to the itinerary still intact, a roadmap of a future that we never got to act. I never hit the cancel button on that page. I let the ticket die a slow and quiet age. The booking is expired, the date is coming past, but I keep it like a relic from a life that couldn't last. The trip we never took is still inside my phone, a ghost of all the places we were supposed to have known. The mountains and the glaciers, the lights across the dark, a journey that we started but we never could embark. I think about it often when the sky is cold and clear. I think about the person I was when you were near. The trip we never took is the one I can't let go. The road we never traveled is the one I still know. We'd watch the YouTube videos of Aurora on the screen. You said imagine standing there, just you and me. We bookmarked all the hostels and the Icelandic words. You practiced saying tack like you'd rehearsed with birds. The map was on the table, the itinerary spread. You drew a little heart right where the light would shed. And then the winter ended and the spring began to show, but we were already frozen, we were already slow. I went alone last November, I don't know why. I stood on the black sand and I looked up to the sky. The lights were there, they danced like you said they would. And I thought you should be here, but you never could. The trip we never took is still inside my phone, a ghost of all the places we were supposed to have known. The mountains and the glaciers, the lights across the dark, a journey that we started but we never could embark. I think about it often when the sky is cold and clear. I think about the person I was when you were near. The trip we never took is the one I can't let go. The road we never traveled is the one I still know. I walked to the hotel where we were meant to stay. I stood at the entrance and I turned the other way. I couldn't cross the threshold where we were supposed to be, because entering it alone would mean you'd never be with me. I took a photo of the door, I took a photo of the street, a gallery of proof that I'd arrived without my feet. The place was beautiful, exactly like we dreamed, but a beauty without you is a beauty that's unseen. I have the souvenirs I bought there in my room, a lava rock, a postcard, a receipt of the gloom. They sit beside the ticket that I never did erase, a museum of the future that we never got to face. I pack them in a box and store them out of sight, but sometimes in December I hold them in the night. I remember what we were and what we couldn't be. The trip we never took is the one that took from me. Maybe in another universe we made that flight. Maybe in another universe we'd still be holding tight. Maybe the lights were brighter and the sky was all we known, but in this one I'm the only one who's alone. So I keep the confirmation as a medal of the lost, a reminder of the person who still counts the cost of love, and someone who could plan but never go. The trip we never took is the one I'll never outgrow. The trip we never took is still inside my phone, a ghost of all the places we were supposed to have known. The mountains and the glaciers, the lights across the dark, a journey that we started but we never could embark. I think about it often when the sky is cold and clear. I think about the person I was when you were near. The trip we never took is the one I can't let go. The road we never traveled is the one I still know. I still check the flight status, it never goes away. An endless boarding call for a distant yesterday. The gate is always sitting next to is gone, gone, still, flight delay. The ring sits in the drawer where you will never see. A velvet box I open when I'm feeling weak. The diamond isn't large, but it catches all the light. A tiny constellation in the quiet of the night. I bought it on a Thursday, I don't remember which. I had the fear in my fingers, I had the nervous twitch. I asked to see the case and my voice was like a thread. And all the things I wanted to say stayed in my head. I never told a single soul about that day. I walked into the store and I gave my heart away to a piece of metal and a stone I couldn't keep. A secret that I buried in a silence so deep. The ring I never gave is colder than the stone. A promise that I made to myself alone. I wear it on my thumb sometimes when no one's there, to feel the weight of something that I never got to share. It's not about you anymore, it's not about the love. It's about the person I was when I thought we'd be enough. The ring I never gave is still waiting in the dark. An unlit candle with a single tiny spark. I had the proposal planned in every single beat. The restaurant, the timing, the words I try to speak. I practiced in the mirror when I thought no one would hear. I held the box and whispered, will you stay right here? The ring was sized exactly, I know the number still. A perfect fit for someone who would never make the will. I had the moment ready, I had the speech prepared, but the speech was never spoken and the moment never dared. I kept it in my coat for a month or maybe more, waiting for the perfect time, waiting for the door to open to a future where I'd fall onto my knee. But the door stayed closed and you walked away from me. The ring I never gave is colder than the stone. A promise that I made to myself alone. I wear it on my thumb sometimes when no one's there, to feel the weight of something that I never got to share. It's not about you anymore, it's not about the love. It's about the person I was when I thought we'd be enough. The ring I never gave is still waiting in the dark. An unlit candle with a single tiny spark. I looked inside the box at night, I held it to the light. The diamond caught a rainbow prism of the slide. I thought about the person who was meant to wear this ring, and what she would have said to me, what song she'd try to sing. She never knew it existed, she never knew the vow. She never knew the part of me that's standing broken now. But I keep the ring in secret, I keep it like a shrine, a gift for a ghost that can never be mine. I've thought about returning it, I've thought about the cash, I've thought about selling the dream and taking a clean slash. But the ring has become something else entirely now, a symbol of the person I was, and I somehow need to hold on to, need to not erase a memory of wanting in a permanent embrace. So I close the velvet box, I put it back in place, and I see my own reflection in the silver of its face. What if I'd given it on that rainy afternoon? What if I'd taken my chance and asked you to make room? Would you have said yes or no, or something in between? Would the ring have been a memory or just a broken scene? I'll never know the answer, I'll never learn to fade. The ring is my companion in a room that's far too late, and I'll keep it in the drawer where no one else will see. A promise of a myself alone. I wear it on my thumb sometimes when no one's there, to feel the weight of something that I never got to share. It's not about you anymore, it's not about the love, it's about the person I was when I thought we'd be enough. The ring I never gave is still waiting in the dark, an unlit candle with a single tiny spark. The drawer is closed, the ring is there, a tiny star, a silent prayer. I'll open it again someday and let the light break through. But for now it stays in silence, for me and not for you. Silence, wait, ring, stay. We sat at the kitchen table on a rainy Sunday night. You wrote 3 names upon a napkin in the fading light. Luna for a girl, Leo for a boy, and Iris you said softly just because it brings me joy. The rain was hitting the window, a quiet, gentle drum. I looked at you and saw a future we would become. You said someday we'll have them, someday they'll be ours. And I believe the promise of the things beyond the hours. I didn't know that names could carry so much weight, that syllables could hold the shape of a future and a fate, that words could be a monument to things that never came. I just watched you write them down and let them slip the frame. The name we never chose, we never gave it life, a word that we created that was never made to thrive. It floats around the universe, a syllable of air, a name that never found a face to wear. Luna, Leo, Iris, they're just sounds on my tongue, a prayer I never got to sing, a song that's left unsung. The name we never chose is the one I still recall, a tiny star that fell before it ever had a fall. I came across the napkin a year or so ago. The ink had faded softly, the paper had grown slow. I held it in my hands and I tried to read the strokes, the letters that you drew with such a delicate little hope. I thought about the dream of having children with you, and how that dream dissolved into a morning of the blue. You left and took the future, you left the names behind, a vocabulary of a life that was no longer mine. I've seen a child named Luna in the park, a little girl. She ran across the grass with ribbons in a curl. I stopped and watched her playing, and I felt a quiet sting, a name that could have been the name of everything. The name we never chose, we never gave it life, a word that we created that was never made to thrive. It floats around the universe, a syllable of air, a name that never found a face to wear. Luna, Leo, Iris, they're just sounds on my tongue, a prayer I never got to sing, a song that's left unsung. The name we never chose is the one I still recall, the tiny star that fell before it ever had a fall. I whisper them at night before I fall asleep. Luna, Leo, Iris, a promise I can't keep. They roll around my mouth like pebbles in a stream, a litany of love that was only in the dream. What would they look like? What would they have done? Would Luna have your eyes? Would Leo have your sun? I'll never know the answers, I'll never see their face, but I'll hold the names forever in my own secret place. I met someone whose daughter was named Iris. She laughed and said it's from the flowers on the cliff. I smiled and nodded, I didn't say a word, but the name that she was carrying was one I'd always heard, as a promise and a future, as a love I couldn't hold, a name that in another life was ours to have and hold. I walked away and I let the silence be my friend, because some names are meant to start but never to ascend. Maybe in another world I'm singing Luna lullabies. Maybe in another world I'm holding Leo's eyes. Maybe Iris knows my voice and recognizes me, but in this one I'm a stranger to what I couldn't be. So I'll keep the three names folded in a book, a secret of a past that I'll never quite forsook. And I'll visit them in darkness and I'll let them live in there, the names we never chose, the children we could never wear. The name we never chose, we never gave a life, a word that we created that was never made to thrive. It floats around the universe, a syllable of air, a name that never found a face to wear. Luna, Leo, Iris, they're just sounds on my tongue, a prayer I never got to sing, a song that's left unsung. The name we never chose is the one I still recall, a tiny star that fell before it ever had a fall. Luna, Leo, Iris, I say them in the dark, a constellation of the life that never left its mark. The rain is falling softly, the names are on the glass, a lullaby of what could be, a future that will never pass. Names float, still wait. Names float, still wait. The house we almost bought is still standing on the hill, a white colonial with windows that are still. I took a photo of the porch on the day we signed the intent, a picture of a future that was already being spent. We measured every room, we marked the walls with tape. I stood in the living room and saw a fireside shape of evenings we would have together in the quiet of the dark, a blueprint of a home we grow and never miss a mark. We signed our names upon the page, the ink was fresh and bright. I held your hand and whispered, this is perfect, this is right. But something in the basement was shifting and unsure. The loan got cold, the trust got thin, the door began to lure. The house we almost bought, I drive by it still. The windows are the same, but the feeling's different now. Someone else is living in the rooms that I designed. The furniture is theirs, the memories are mine. I know the layout, I can walk it in my sleep. The staircase and the attic and the hallway I could keep. The house we almost bought is a room inside my head, a home we never made, a life we never lived. The inspection report is somewhere in a file, a stack of paper that I keep and haven't seen in a while. The roof would need repair within a decade's time. The furnace was older, the pipes were in decline. But none of that was relevant, none of that would stay, because the house was never built on love, it just decayed. We walked away from the closing, we let the keys return, a lesson in the house of cards, we couldn't make it burn. I sometimes think about the kitchen and the way the light would hit the morning sun on the counter where I'd want to sit. I know the color of the paint we chose for the upstairs hall, the hue of what we wanted, a shade beyond the The house we almost bought, I drive by it still. The windows are the same, but the feeling's different now. Someone else is living in the rooms that I designed. The furniture is theirs, the memories are mine. I know the layout, I can walk it in my sleep. The staircase and the attic and the hallway I could keep. The house we almost bought is a room inside my head, a home we never made, the life we never led. I saw the new owners on a Sunday afternoon, a family with a child and a dog that followed soon. They had a moving truck and boxes all around. I parked across the street and watched without a sound. I wondered if they knew the house was meant for two. I wondered if the walls remembered me and you. I wanted to walk up and say I know this place, but I stayed inside the car and I let the moment raise. The garden that we planned is full of roses now. The ones we never planted are blooming, I don't know how. The fence we talked about is painted black and gray. Another life is living in the space we gave away. I hold the key on my chain, it's cut for a different door, but I keep it as a souvenir of what we were before. The house we almost bought is a ghost address I keep, a postal code of heartbreak, a home that's in the deep. Sometimes I search the address online in the middle of the night to see the Zillow listing in the soft and faded light. The square footage we measured, the rooms we tore, they're just a memory now of what we couldn't afford. Not in money, but in faith, not in cash, but in belief. The house was solid, but the love was like a leaf. And I keep the photos in a folder I call home, a home I almost had, a home I'll never own. The house we almost bought, I drive by it still. The windows are the same, but the feeling's different now. Someone else is living in the rooms that I designed. The furniture is theirs, the memories are mine. I know the layout, I can walk it in my sleep. The staircase and the attic and the hallway I could keep. The house we almost bought is a room inside my head, a home we never made, a life we never led. The white walls are still standing, the roof is still intact, but the home I built inside my mind is something I can't act. I'll park outside the property and just remember when the house we almost bought is where we would begin. Soft breeze enters, standing still. I've written songs for strangers and songs for the rain, songs for the joy and songs for the pain. I've written for the night and the morning that comes after, but the one song I should have written, I locked it in the rafter. A melody that could have been our own, a lyric that could have been a home. I started it 100 times in airport bars and trains, in notebooks and on napkins in the silence of the plains. I always thought I'd write it when the time was right and true. I always thought the perfect verse was waiting to come through. But time is just a liar and the perfect doesn't exist. I waited too long, now the story is a mist. The song I never wrote for you is the one I sing the most in my head when the door is closed. Like a ghost, I know the chords, I know the words, I know the bridge and hook, but I never put it down because I couldn't bear to look at the truth of what we were and what we couldn't be. The song was gonna save us, but it's only saving me. The song I never wrote is the one that's always near, a lullaby of what we could have been if I'd had no fear. Had the opening line on a flight to the coast. I had the chorus ready in a dream of perfect host. I had the second verse in the shower of a hotel room. I had the bridge figured out in the middle of the gloom. But every time I'd pick up the pen or touch the keys, the words would slip away like a disappearing breeze. Because what do you say to someone who is all the things you know? How do you translate love into a rhythm that can grow? I thought if I could write the song, it would make us real, a gift of all the things I couldn't say and couldn't feel. But the song became a monument to what I couldn't do, a mirror of the love I had and never gave to you. The song I never wrote for you is the one I sing the most in my head when the door is closed like a ghost. I know the chords, I know the words, I know the bridge and hook, but I never put it down because I couldn't bear to look at the truth of what we were and what we couldn't be. The song was gonna save us, but it's only saving me. The song I never wrote is the one that's always near, a lullaby of what we could have been if I'd had no fear. And now I'm writing it tonight, 2 years too late. The melody is pouring out, the verses resonate. You'll never hear it, I will never play it live. It's a song I'm writing just to help me survive. I'm writing for the person who is never good at words, for the lover who was silent when the heart should have been heard. I'm writing for the moment when I should have sung aloud, a song of everything I lost in the middle of the crowd. The song is almost finished now, a final verse remains, a coda of the joy and the remains. I'm laying down the tracks I never had the strength to lay, the music that I couldn't write back in the day. The guitar's in my hand, the lyrics on the page, the final song of love I couldn't gauge. And as I sing the chorus to the empty room at night, I realize the song was never about being right. It was about the courage, it was about the leap, the risk of saying everything and not protecting sleep. I missed my chance, I know that now the song is just for me, but it's the most honest thing I'll ever be. So I'll finish it tonight, I'll put the final note to rest, a song for someone who was always my best. And I'll keep it in a box beside the ring and the key, the things I never gave you, the song you'll never see. The song I never wrote for you is the one I sing the most in my head when the door is closed like a ghost. I know the chords, I know the words, I know the bridge and hook, but I never put it down because I couldn't bear to look at the truth of what we were and what we couldn't be. The song was gonna save us, but it's only saving me. The song I never wrote is the one that's always near, a lullaby of what we could have been if I'd had no fear. The song is done now, the final note is played, a gift I made for myself, a debt I've repaid to the person I was, to the love that couldn't stay. The song I never wrote is a love that went away. Right, sing, fade, stay. The Italian restaurant is still there on the corner of 5th, the same red awning where we sat when love was a gift. I walk past it every other week on the way to the train, and I count the anniversaries that never saw the rain. Year one would have been in the spring, the year that we were young. Year 2 would have been the summer when our song was sung. Year 3 would have been the autumn when the leaves had turned. But we stopped at 2.5, a bridge we never burned. I stand outside the window and I see the couples there, the candlelight and wine and the occasional stare. I think about what we would be if we had carried on, and I calculate the number of the years that we are gone. The anniversary we never had, I counted in my head. Year 5 would have been our gold. Year 7 we'd have fled to a place we always talked about, a cottage by the sea. But the years are just a number now, and I am minus we. I mark the date of meeting, I mark the date of loss, and all the anniversaries in between that gotta cross to a place I'll never visit, a table set for 2. The anniversary we never had will always be brand new. I went inside last December, I sat at our old table, I ordered what we used to eat. I read the label of the wine we shared that first time, the one we couldn't pronounce. The waiter asked me if I'm waiting for someone else to bounce. I said yes, but not tonight, and I ate alone. The music was familiar, the bread and olive stone. I looked across at the empty chair and I held my glass, a toast to what we would have been, a future that won't pass. I counted the years on my fingers, the numbers were so bright. Year 8, I'd have bought you something golden light. Year 10, I would have written a song for you to keep. Year 15, we'd be older in the silence, never deep. The anniversary we never had, I counted in my head. Year 5 would have been our gold. Year 7 we'd have fled to a place we always talked about, a cottage by the sea. But the years are just a number now, and I am minus we. I mark the date of meeting, I mark the date of loss, and all the anniversaries in between that gotta cross to a place I'll never visit, a table set for 2. The anniversary we never had will always be brand new. What would we have been like in year 12 or 13? Would we have said, or would our love still be clean? Would we have had the children we once gave a name? Or would the routine have robbed us of the flame? I'll never know the answers, I'll never see the scene. The anniversary we never had is a machine that runs inside my head, a clock without a hand, counting years that never were, in a life I couldn't plan. I've had other anniversaries now, with other different faces, but they never feel like home, they never fill the spaces of what we would have been if we had just held on to the thread of what we were, to the thread of the dawn. The restaurant is closing for renovation soon, the red awning is coming down, the walls are in a wound. I took a photo of the door the last time I was there, a monument to the anniversaries we never got to wear. Maybe in another life I'll walk through that door and see you sitting at the table like you did before. And the years will be a number that counts up to the sky, and we'll celebrate the time we never said goodbye. But in this life I'm standing in the rain at 5th and Main, counting all the anniversaries in the falling rain. The number stretches forward, the number never stops. A year without you is a year on the drops. The anniversary we never had, I counted in my head. Year 5 would have been our gold. Year 7 we'd have fled to a place we always talked about, a cottage by the sea. But the years are just a number now, and I am minus we. I mark the date of meeting, I mark the date of loss, and all the anniversaries in between that gotta cross to a place I'll never visit, a table set for 2. The anniversary we never had will always be brand new. The restaurant is gone now, the windows are all dark, but the date still returns like a permanent spark. I blow the candle out, and I walk into the street. The anniversary we never had is a love I'll still repeat, still wait, count, wait. The movie is still paused on the streaming app at home. 38 minutes and 47 seconds, a frozen zone. A forest scene with dappled light, a quiet silent wood, a place where we were supposed to be but never understood. You took a call that night, you said I'll be right back, and then you disappeared into a little crack of silence in the distance of something left unsaid. The movie sat there waiting, the frame was almost dead. I kept it paused for weeks, I kept it on the screen. I couldn't bring myself to hit the play or make it clean, because if I finished it alone, the moment would be done, and you'd be gone forever, and I'd be on the run. The movie we never finished, I still see the frame, a forest full of light that never had a name. I've watched the trailer, I've read the plot online, but the ending of our viewing is a story that was mine. I finally pressed play last winter in the dark. I watched the rest without you, a solitary spark. The movie was beautiful, the ending made me cry, but I watched it through a filter of a love that went goodbye. The forest scene is seared into my mind, the moss, the dew, the branches intertwined. I could describe it to you frame by frame, the colors and the shadows, the quiet and the tame. But you never saw the beauty, you never saw the rest. You left the movie hanging like a half-forgotten quest. I've thought about finishing it together in the air, but you're not here to watch it, and I'm not really there. I kept the screen lit up for months, a shrine to what we lost, a battery and pixels of the line we never crossed. And every time I passed the TV, I'd see the forest green, the moment of our parting in a cinematic scene. Oh, the movie we never finished, I still see the frame, a forest full of light that never had a name. I've watched the trailer, I've read the plot online, but the ending of our viewing is a story that was mine. I finally pressed play last winter in the dark. I watched the rest without you, a solitary spark. The movie was beautiful, the ending made me cry, but I watched it through a filter of a love that went goodbye. I wrote my own ending in the back of my head, the version where you came back and we had what we said. The forest was our future, the trees were all in bloom, and we walked through the dappled light and cleared the room. But the real ending was different, the real ending was flat. You never came back to the film, and that was that. So I sat in the dark and I pressed the screen to play, and I said goodbye in the silence of the day. The characters in the movie, they found their happy end, a couple in the forest, a light that didn't bend. I looked at them and I felt a jealousy so pure that they could be together while we weren't anymore. I turned it off, I closed the app, I cleared the history. The movie was a ghost of what we wanted us to be, but the frame is still there in the files of my mind, a forest of the life we left behind. I wrote a letter to the director, I don't know why. I said your movie changed my life, that was a lie. It wasn't the movie that changed me, it was the pause, the moment when you walked away with 47, a number that will live with me until I reach my heaven. The trees are still in dappled light, the frame is still the same. The movie we never finished is a love without a name. Frame, pause, love, lost. I stood behind the door and I heard you walk away. Your shoes on the hardwood floor, a sound I still replay. The key was in my pocket, the lock was in my hand. A choice between the silence and the place where we could stand. I heard your breath through the wood, I heard the pause you took. You waited, I could feel it like a line in a book. And then the footsteps started slower than before. The slowest walk to the car and the door still closed. I opened it 1,000 times inside my head, each time a different version of the words I should have said. Each time you stayed, each time you turned around, each time the door swung open to a love that was unbound. The other side of the door is where I still live, in 100 different worlds. I open it and give the speech I never gave you, the arms I never wrapped around. The other side of the door is where my life is found. In every other universe I opened it wide, I said the words, I held you, I let the love abide. But in this one I stood there and I let you go, and the door has been a border between everything I know. I can imagine the hinge and all the other times, the way it would creak, the rhythm of the rhymes. The first time I said wait and you turned back to me. The second time I cried and you couldn't let me be. The third time I was silent and you read it in my face. The fourth time I asked you to stay and give us grace. The fifth time I was brave and told you all the things. The sixth time I sang a song that only angels bring. But the seventh time, the real one, I just stayed in place. The door was heavy with the silence of the space. I heard your car start up, I heard it pull away, and I stayed behind the door on that final day. The other side of the door is where I still live, in 100 different worlds. I open it and give a speech I never gave you, the arms I never wrapped around. The other side of the door is where my life is found. In every other universe I opened it wide, I said the words, I held you, I let the love abide. But in this one I stood there and I let you go, and the door has been a border between everything I know. I sometimes stand at the same door, years later now, a different house, a different lock, a different vow, but the memory of that hinge is heavier than steel. Because I know in every other world I made the real choice, the brave one, the one that would have saved the love that we were building, the walls we never paved. But in this world I'm standing on the side where I was weak, and the door is a reminder of the person I don't speak. I've imagined the moment so many different ways, that the imagined has become a place I live for days. I know how the air would smell, I know how the light would fall, I know how you'd have whispered and said you'd never call a farewell. But a new started turning at the page, a door that opened wide instead of giving way to age. But the door was closed and I was still behind it then, and I'm still behind it now. In a world of could have been, what is a door but a choice we make to stay or leave? What is a hinge but a reminder of what we believe? I believe in all the worlds where I was strong and true, and I forgive the one who couldn't open it for you, because she was scared and tired and she had lost her way, and the door was just a door way to a harder day. So I'll keep the memory of opening it wide, in the version where I'm brave enough to let the love inside. The other side of the door is where I still live, in 100 different worlds. I open it and give the speech I never gave you. The arms are never wrapped around. The other side of the door is where my life is found. In every other universe, I opened it wide. I said the words, I held you, I let the love abide. But in this one I stood there and I let you go. And the door has been a border between everything I know. The door is still the same, the lock is still the same, but I've opened it in every other world. I've played the game and I'll keep opening it in every dream I have at night. The other side of the door is where I'll set things right. Open, close, still, wait. You said you took a photo of me on that day. The sun was in my eyes, my hair was blowing away. You said, you look amazing, I'll send it to you tonight. And then the night came in the morning light. The photo never arrived in my phone or in my heart. I waited for a week, I waited for a start, and then I forgot about it, or I tried to let it go. But the image of a never-seen photo started to grow. I imagined what it looked like 1,000 different ways. My laugh, my eyes, my cheekbones, the position of my face. Did I look happy? Did I look like me? Or was I just a stranger in the thing I couldn't see? The photo you never sent is the one I can't forget. A picture of a person that I never saw you get. You held it in your camera, you held it in your hand, and then it disappeared into a no man's land. The photo you never sent is the shape of what we were, a moment that existed but I never could refer to. The proof of being seen the way you saw me then. The photo you never sent, I'll never see again. I've searched through all your social media, I've searched through every file, looking for a trace of me in your old style. A photo of a person, a glimpse of what you saw, but nothing ever surfaces, nothing at all. I've asked our mutual friends if they ever saw it too, but no one knows the picture that belonged to only you. It's like it never happened, or it happened in a dream, a moment that exists only at the scene. I've thought about texting you, hey, can you send that pic? But the years have gone by and the well is thick. You probably tell me that you deleted it or lost it, and I'd have to accept that the moment never cost it. The photo you never sent is the one I can't forget. A picture of a person that I never saw you get. You held it in your camera, you held it in your hand, and then it disappeared into a no man's land. The photo you never sent is the shape of what we were, a moment that existed but I never could refer to. The proof of being seen the way you saw me then. The photo you never sent, I'll never see again. What does it mean to be seen by someone's eye? You never have the image of the proof, the why. You saw me for a moment in a specific kind of light, and I'll never know the version that you kept inside at night. Did I look beautiful? Did I look like a stranger? Was I wearing the sweater that protected me from danger? I'll never know the answer, I'll never see the frame. The photo you never sent is a love without a name. I take photos of myself now in the same kind of light, trying to replicate the moment that I didn't get that night. But my phone doesn't have your eye, my hand doesn't doesn't have your way. And the photos I take are pictures of a different day. I've given up the search, now I've let it go at last. The photo isn't real, it's a story of the past. I've learned to live without the image, without the proof of being seen. The photo you never sent was never what it seemed. It was never about the photo, it was about the trust that you would send it to me, and I would be enough to be captured in the way that you would see me whole. The photo was the symbol, not the needing soul, but I'm okay without it now. I've built my own view of who I was and who I am and what I can undo. The photo you never sent is a gift you gave to me. The freedom to imagine how I wanted it to be. The photo you never sent is the one I can't forget. A picture of a person that I never saw you get. You held it in your camera, you held it in your hand, and then it disappeared into a no man's land. The photo you never sent is the shape of what we were, a moment that existed but I never could refer to the proof of being seen the way you saw me then. The photo you never sent, I'll never see again. The photo is a ghost that lives inside my head, a version of myself that never got to be said. I'll keep it in my memory, the image I create. The photo you never sent will always be my fate. Photo unseen, still be. Photo unseen, still be. In the version where we stay, the coffee's on the counter, the alarm goes off at 7, and the sun is getting brighter. You're still in the bedroom, I'm still in the kitchen. The day is ordinary, nothing left to be wishing. You shuffle to the kitchen, your hair is messy and you yawn. I pour your cup of coffee and I pull the curtains drawn. We don't say anything big, we just exist. In the version where we stay, the love is just a kiss. It's not dramatic or a movie scene, it's just a normal morning. It's just the in-between, the days that don't get written in the songs and in the books. The quiet of a partnership, the love that doesn't look. The version where we stay is the one I miss the most. Not because of fireworks or a grand and heavy toast, but because of Tuesday mornings, because of grocery lists, because of all the ordinary things that I should have kissed. You brushing past me in the hall, the sound of you asleep, the price of eggs, the rental bill, the promises we keep. The version where we stay is the one I cannot have, because it's just a quiet life, and that's the one that always laughs. I imagine Saturdays with you in the yard, the garden we would plant, the time we wouldn't guard, the conversations over dinner, the leftovers for lunch, the comfortable silence of people who are a hunch. You on the couch with the book, me in the armchair, the evening light through the curtain, the absence of despair. We wouldn't have to talk about the things we were, 'cause in the version where we stay, we just prefer the daily rhythm of the life we built, the joy that doesn't shatter, the guilt that isn't guilt. It's not a story they tell in books or on the screen, it's just a love that doesn't ask, a love that's never mean. The version where we stay is the one I miss the most. Not because of fireworks or a grand and heavy toast, but because of Tuesday mornings, because of grocery lists, because of all the ordinary things that I should have kissed. You brushing past me in the hall, version where we stay is the one I cannot have, because it's just a quiet life, and that's the one that always. I've imagined other versions with the grandeur and the light, the dramatic reconciliations in the middle of the night. But the version where we stay is the one that's farthest from me, because it's the one where nothing happens, and that's the one I need. I need the boredom, I need the morning routine, I need the same old conversation, I need the in-between. The version where we stay is the one that I can't reach, because there's a love that doesn't ask for speech, just doesn't preach. I built so many stories of what we could have been, the adventures and the passion, the wreckage and the sin. But the one that haunts me the most is the one where nothing happened, the one where we just grew together and the love was never saddened. You put your keys in the bowl, I put the kettle on. We talk about the weather, we'd be there in the dawn. And I would never write a song about the life we had, because the life we had was too happy to be sad. But here I am in a different life, a life of missing you, a life of writing songs about the things I never knew. Then I realized the simple life is the one that's most profound, the one where love is not a search but just a solid ground. So I'll hold the version where we stay in my heart of hearts, the quiet love that never needed all the starts. And I'll miss it more than all the dreams of what could be, because the version where we stay is the version that is me. The version where we stay is the one I miss the most, not because of fireworks or a grand and heavy toast, but because of Tuesday mornings, because of grocery lists, because of all the ordinary things that I should have kissed. You brushing past me in the hall, the sound of you asleep, the price of eggs, a rental bill, the promises we keep. The version where we stay is the one I cannot have, because it's just a quiet life, and that's the one that always lasts. In the version where we stay, I'm still making coffee, you're still in the bedroom, and I'm still being soft. The day goes on like any other day, and I keep it in my heart, the one